All right, if you're a dog owner here in Santa Maria, you already know that finding the right trainer, well, it can change everything. So in the next few minutes, we're going to walk through a really practical guide to help you pick a great one for both you and your pup.
And we're going to focus specifically on what matters right here in our community. The goal is pretty simple, really, just to give you the confidence you need to find a pro who can help you build an even better life with your dog right here in Santa Maria.
So here's our game plan. First up, we'll talk about why good training is so, well, crucial for life in this city. Then, we'll get into the different training methods you're likely to see. We'll also give you the tools you need to check out a professional, figure out the costs and local laws, and finally, we'll share some awesome local resources so you can put all those new skills into practice. Okay, let's kick things off with the why. I mean, good training is so much more than just sit and stay, right? It's really the key to being able to confidently enjoy everything Santa Maria has to offer with your dog right by your side.
You know what it looks like? It means having those calm, enjoyable walks through downtown where you're not getting your arm pulled off. It's being able to sit at a local cafe patio and not worry about your dog causing a commotion. It's visiting beautiful spots like Presker Park and just knowing your dog is going to be a good citizen. And it means handling our busy community events with a dog that's totally relaxed and under control. Now that's the good stuff.
So how do you get there? Well, before you even start looking for a trainer, it really helps to understand the basics of training itself. You know, the different philosophies and the kinds of programs you're going to come across. Okay, so the cornerstone of pretty much all modern effective training is something called positive reinforcement. It's a science-based approach where instead of just correcting bad behavior, you're actively rewarding the good behavior you want to see. And it works so well because it makes learning fun and positive for your dog, and that's how you build that amazing, trusting bond. But how does that training actually happen? You'll find a few main formats out there. And choosing the right one, well, it really comes down to your specific goals, your dog's personality, and of course, your own lifestyle.
Let's break down the options. Group classes, they're fantastic for general manners and, maybe more importantly, for helping your dog learn to focus when other dogs and people are around. Now, if you're dealing with a really specific issue, like, say, leash pulling, private lessons give you that customized one-on-one help. And for a more intensive jumpstart, something called a board and train program can be a really solid option, especially for busy owners.
All right, so you've got the methods and the formats down. Now for the big part. How do you actually find the right person? Let's get into the nitty-gritty of how to check out a potential trainer. Here's something you really need to know. The state of California doesn't actually require trainers to be licensed. And that's exactly why professional certifications are such a huge green flag. They show that a trainer has actually invested in their education, they've passed some tough exams, and they're serious about staying up to date in their field. So here are a few of the key certifications you might run into. The CPD-KA. That's a widely respected one, kind of like a baseline credential. If you see KPA-CTP, that usually signals a real expertise in positive reinforcement, especially clicker training. And for the more complex stuff, like serious anxiety or aggression, credentials from the IAABC or CBCC mean that trainer has a much deeper level of behavioral knowledge.
When you're actually talking to a potential trainer, having a few key questions in your back pocket can make all the difference. You'll definitely want to ask about their methods, and you're listening for that positive reinforcement approach we talked about. Ask about their education and credentials. Make sure you understand how they'll customize the plan for your dog specifically. And of course, get crystal clear on how you'll both measure progress and what the total costs are before you sign up for anything.
Okay, let's talk about the practical side of things for a minute. What should you expect to invest, money-wise? And what are the local rules of the road for being a dog owner here in Santa Maria? Yeah, this is a question every single dog owner has, right? And the answer really depends on the type of service you're looking for. But just having a general idea of the local rates can really help you plan. So based on recent data for our area, you can see the typical ranges here. A multi-week puppy class, that might run you a couple $100. Private lessons are usually billed by the hour or sold in packages. And yeah, those more intensive board and train programs are a pretty big investment, but they can also deliver some pretty big results. Just use these ranges as a guide when you start getting quotes. You know, being a great dog owner also means being a great neighbor. Here in Santa Maria, just remember that leashes are required in all public spaces, no exceptions. Your dog has to have a current rabies vaccine and be licensed with the city. And definitely be mindful of excessive barking, because that can be considered a nuisance. A good trainer, by the way, can help you with all of these things. So once you've started training, the work doesn't stop, right? It continues with daily practice. And the good news is, we have some really wonderful local spots to help you and your dog nail it.
You could work on obedience skills at a public park like Price Car, maybe during the quieter hours. Our local trails, they're absolutely perfect for practicing those loose leash walking skills. The fenced dog parks nearby are ideal for safely working on recall. And for all the official stuff like licensing, Santa Barbara County Animal Services is the place to go.
When it all comes down to it, it's really this. Finding the right trainer isn't some magic bullet. It's just the start of a process that combines that professional guidance with your consistent practice, all built on a foundation of humane, positive methods.
And that combination, that's what leads to the good stuff. The real goal here is unlocking a future with happier walks, a calmer home, and just the freedom to enjoy all kinds of adventures together all around our beautiful city and beyond.